everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Soaps and Sass. I don't know why I'm squeaky today, but I am Squeaky Mama Sass. And I'm joined...
I'm a baby Sass.
Well, all right. So, in this week's Soap and Sass General Hospital, this is the week of March 16th to 20th, 2026. And tensions rise across Port Charles as danger and personal stakes collide.
Oh, dear Lord, she's getting dramatic.
I am getting dramatic.
Oh, well then.
Jason and Sunny make a vow as Jason targets Cullum, but his plans take a turn when the WSB intervenes.
Did they really intervene, though?
Well, they're detaining him at the end of the week.
Fair, because I was going to be like...
I mean, they didn't intervene in his targeting of Cullum. That was fatherhood that intervened in that.
Y'all can't see my face, but my eyes are closed, and I'm just like...
Yes, I know.
I'm grumpy.
We are not happy. Brennan faces pressure over his lack of progress, while Britt is shaken by Cullum's reach, and Nathan warns Dante that Lulu's children may be at risk because Cullum is nosing around. Cullum was all over this. At the same time, relationships are tested on all sides. Lulu and Nathan grow closer despite interruptions.
Yeah.
Those interruptions need to come a lot sooner. While Molly and Cody face hard truths about their future. Olivia spirals, putting Michael on the defensive.
And
oh my gosh.
And boy, did we have some jokes with that.
And Laura's decisions leave Tracy frustrated, and she later clashes with Alexis. That would be Tracy, not Laura. Clashes with Alexis over Danny's future. Elsewhere, Portia reacts strongly to news about Jordan's potential pregnancy. Curtis reassures Trina amid changes at home. Basically, Curtis having moved in with Jordan.
Yep.
And Ava raises concerns to Lucas that leave him unsettled. She thinks Carly is playing him. Chase and Brooklyn make time for romance, even as trouble continues to build all around them with their family and friends. So, that is the week that was.
All right.
I don't even... Do we want to talk about Cullum? Do we want to talk about Cullum and get it over with?
I'm going to be very brief. Jason, for someone who's a hitman, you are very much lacking the hit in the hitman.
He was so in his head. He was so in his head this week. He has eyes on Cullum. It's like, take the shot. It's like watching a basketball game and the guy is there with the ball and he's just like hesitating and all the defenders coming. It's like, what are you doing? Take the shot. Take the shot. And then Brennan would shift. And it's like, if you take both out, who's complaining? I mean, one bullet, two people.
Right?
Oh, okay.
I'm like, in this case, it's like, if you shoot Cullum and Brennan's in the room, I mean, they're going to wonder who did it. But I'm like, Brennan could take the fall. But then again, I do...
Brennan won't take the fall.
No,
not from where Jason
no, I know. But I am still kind of curious how, Valentine and Carly are going to have Brennan take the fall for everything. So I'm like...
Yeah, they're two unrelated plans, right?
No, I know, but but Valentine was saying something about now I must shift gears because of Cullum and all this. So I was just like, what were the shifting gears?
Well, because
so
he didn't know Cullum was a double agent.
No, I know that, but it was like if Jason takes him out, if Valentine had plans for that, it was like
I don't think he does yet, but maybe he'll plan some. I was confused. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm gonna shift gears now though.
Oh, so we're both shifting gears.
Right, because Carly was talking to Sidwell about getting that dinner party together.
Ooh, you shifted too far.
Sorry, no, well, it's because I was thinking, if she has the dinner party, that gets... One, I was like, the dinner party would have been perfect timing for people to steal drugs, but whatever. But it allows them to be distracted and get Valentine where he needs to get to.
Possibly. So I'm going to shift back to Jason on the roof. I was confused because this was clearly WSB headquarters.
Yes.
And to think that they would have the building opposite them, they've got stairs that somebody could be standing on to be targeting somebody in the room in the WSB. That
to be fair,
odd.
It was, and to be fair, I found it interesting because there was a point where Cullum kind of turned to the window, and I thought he was going to spot Jason, and he didn't even.
You don't have cameras out there. Like, something just seemed really weird. That whole setup didn't work for me.
That might be what Jason is getting called in for, because maybe they did have cameras. And maybe they did catch Jason with the sniper. Also, that was an interesting sniper rifle, man.
I don't think that's it at all.
I've seen better sniper rifles on that show, and that was an interesting one. So I'm like...
So big?
It looks so old!
Well, I mean, he went to a storage facility, so...
I mean, you would think he would have more, not necessarily state-of-the-art, but...
Yeah, true.
I was like... Because I'm like, when I see... And again, I'm basing this off of my other American television shows. I'm like, I've seen sniper rifles on like the Rookie and 911, and I'm like, see, that's a rifle. I don't know what Jason pulled out of that box. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's that. But also, I don't think Jason was pulled in because they would have spotted him on camera. You may recall that Brennan and Cullum were talking, and Cullum suddenly realized there's no way that Britt and Jason weren't close, like they had been. Like
Yeah.
so I think that's it. He's just like, you've been lying to me, whatever it is.
Right, but but to me it doesn't make sense why they're calling Jason and having a whole warrant or whatever, because it's like, what could you possibly have on Jason other than, you know, the FBI thing, but you're not FBI, so
No, but I also think it's further compounded by the fact that Pascal called Cullum and said, "I warned you
I
that
agree.
Lucas was a
No,
problem."
no, I
So if he
agree.
puts that math together, Lucas somehow either got the meds for Britt or got Marco to do it, and he thinks that Britt and Jason are in together. That means that if Jason has the meds or Lucas has the meds getting them to Britt, and those two are close, they're gonna take off. I think he's done that math.
Yeah.
I think he's done that
He's
math.
done that math so much so that he walk up into the thing and is like, I got a knife. Someone ain't
Oh my
making it.
gosh! Yes, I forgot that in the recap. That's right, Marco. Well, I said to you, Marco was not going to make it to the end of the week, but
You
Marco
did.
was bare stupid, bare stupid. You go in there already. You know your father's sus. He catch you in the thing already. There are 6 vials. You know that Cullum don't send all that much. Before you take up 1, you take up 2. There's 6 vials. You take up 2. You don't think people are gonna notice that there's 4?
Right? Because I'm like, how much do you need? You just need a vial that they can,
Oh
like,
my goodness.
because also I'm like, is the vial simply like 1 dose? Because if that's the case, then are you giving 1 to Britt so she can, you know,
Dose herself and the other one
to send off to Brick?
I don't know.
Because
And,
I'm
and
like,
do you need the whole? Do you need the whole vial?
I
'Cause,
would
like,
I
just
would have
take-
thought take the syringe and go.
Or yeah, well, take a sound. Well, yeah, take a few drops. You could get the
That way it
formula from a
doesn't.
few-
Yeah, that way it doesn't look like you've tampered with
I
it or
mean,
anything.
the whole flipping vial. 2 vials, Marco. What the heck? What the woody woo?
For real.
What the delulu? What you do?
This is why we can't.
Marco.
You say your father's gonna protect you. Your father can't do jack for you now because you're gonna end up dead on Diana and Alexa's floor.
And in their office, really?
But
Or
But-
go.
they. Oh no, they don't. Shiza.
Well, you didn't finish that thought.
Sorry,
so.
no, because I was gonna say, but they got cameras. They could see that he done did it. But it's like, no, because if they had cameras, y'all would have
Would've
known
known that Willow
put the key on
keys.
Michael thing. That's like, no,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
they ain't got no cameras, which is the
No,
stupidest thing ever.
but see, I went a slightly different direction. Cullum's in there with a knife just to take him out at knife point. Marco disappears again. Lucas thinks it's Sunny
no, he
as a
wouldn't.
stretch.
He
But
wouldn't.
He wouldn't think. You don't think he would think it
He
was
would
Sunny?
not think it would Sunny.
You think he will immediately go to Sidwell and Cullum?
I think so because one, obviously they're doing something dangerous. Lucas
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
because Marco keeps reassuring him, my father wouldn't do anything to me, but it's like, what about Cullum? But also like, Sonny hasn't done anything or interacted with Marco or Lucas in time.
But
So
there was
no
no
reason.
Well,
There
was-
is absolutely no reason for Lucas to be like, Sonny. I mean, yes, there was the
Really?
conversation
Was
that
there
he
any reason-
overheard, but
Was there any reason for him to think it was Sunny when Marco got grabbed the first time?
yes,
Just because of the fire?
yes,
Okay. I thought it was a stretch, but
no. That,
well,
that-
no,
that
I
makes
still,
sense.
I still, it made sense, but I still thought it was a stretch for Lucas to jump to that conclusion. Other people, sure. Lucas, not so much.
No,
Not-
not really.
No, I didn't think so.
I
but
got.
anyway.
I know how Lucas got there. Moving on though.
Bygones. Okay, let's talk about other chicken heads. We talked about Marco. Let's talk about Portia. Portia at the beauty salon.
Yeah,
Because
she was petty.
we ended off last week where she was giving Jordan grief,
Right, and she's like, "Oh God, don't tell me you're pregnant."
right?
And then continues from that.
Then we continued on Monday, and she just gave Jordan the gears and talked about how very dare you, blah blah. You don't have any idea what the situation is because when you thought you were pregnant, it was very clear you were aware you were pregnant. Whereas Jordan's sitting here and she like, although did she really give Jordan a chance to speak? Because I don't even think Jordan says she didn't know.
No, she just said that's none of your business and moved on, which kind of led her to assume that she was pregnant. Also, I'm like, the girl could have had bad sushi.
She could have.
Like,
she could have, but except for the fact that when Portia was like, "Well, you getting on like you pregnant," and Jordan made that face like it was clear from Jordan's face,
right,
that the possibility existed. So Portia was not that far off.
No,
base.
she wasn't. But also, I'm like, again, I don't even know if I said this last week, but I'm like, I probably did. But I'm like, with compared to Jordan's situation, when it came to Portia and Jordan spying Portia and all this, like, you were at a garden party. I said garden party, but you were at a party, and you were asking for herbal tea or decaffeinated tea. You looked at a mushroom thing and you got queasy. You looked at food and got queasy. Whereas Jordan, she just might have had a queasy moment because she ate some, like,
she might have.
There was nothing to indicate.
No.
But then again, we did talk about people just know.
Yeah, exactly. She just did not let Jordan get it word in edgewise.
No.
Jordan really didn't owe her an explanation, though I think Jordan perhaps could have or should have explained a little more.
Honestly, just I don't know. I haven't taken a test.
Exactly.
I think that would have sufficed.
Exactly.
It's like, are you pregnant? I don't know.
I only just suspected yesterday. I have not yet taken a test, but Portia did not let her get a word in edgewise. And then, it's basically Portia did admit, you know what? It's none of my business. I don't like it, but
right. And she's
unlike you, I'm not going to go over and tell Curtis.
Right. And then, but instead of running to tell Curtis, proceeds to run, not necessarily to go tell Isaiah, but because he just happened to be there when she showed up. But then proceeds to be like, you will not believe this, even if I told you. I mean...
Well, he could see something was wrong. And I actually don't mind that she told Isaiah because they're in a relationship.
Right.
However tenuous and garbage it seems, they're in a relationship. So I was okay with that because, that's what women do. They tell their partner these things.
Right.
So it made sense.
One thing I don't like was the end where they were talking and Isaiah's like, if there's one thing I know about Jordan, she keeps her secrets. You barely know the woman, though.
They were in a relationship.
No, I know that. But you barely knew the woman, though. Because because she said, we need to keep this relationship on the down low because you have a history with Sidwell and I'm trying to, get all this information. So, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, that's as far as the secrets went, as far as I was concerned.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think it was elite because that's a pretty big secret. You're in a relationship, like, to keep your relationship with somebody secret, that's a pretty big deal.
No, I know that. I'm not disputing that. It was more they both agreed because of the fact of agency.
But he was never happy with it, and he made that very clear the whole time they were together.
Again, I do not dispute that. It's more he's upset, being like, if there's one thing I know about Jordan, she keeps her secrets. It's like the only secret she kept was y'all dating. It's not like she's like keeping a secret of a whole secret child on another secret continent. Like, no, or there's nothing to say that she was keeping a bunch of secrets from you.
His degree of animus.
Yeah, his degree of animosity of secrets that she's keeping, or the degree of you're like, I know Jordan for a fact is very good at keeping secrets because of it's like,
well, she was a cop. One would hope. I don't think I hear what you're saying. It could be over the top, but really I don't think it's too far fetched.
Again, no, it's just the degree or the level in which he was
and so
he was like so confident. It's like, you barely knew the woman.
And you know what?
That's what's getting me. It's like you were dating the woman for all of 5 minutes.
No, I'm not having that.
You know what I mean when I say that. I'm not stating they were actually dating for 5 minutes or less than or the equivalent to. I'm just saying. You getting hot for no reason.
I wasn't getting hot. Not like you just got hot.
You were protesting that statement.
I was gonna go off on a side tangent that has nothing to do with soap operas at all. But it just vexes me that our society is in such a place that, to your point, you barely know somebody, but you lying with them. What is happening? What are we doing? We are giving the most intimate part of ourselves to another person.
I was about to ask what happened. Oh,
and we laying down with people.
I was about to say, does this have to do with the Nathan and the Lulu? Because I'm like, I can't.
It does have to do with Nathan and Lulu as well. If you want to bring it back to the soap, I didn't get there yet, but yes.
Because I was like, what are you talking about?
No, but just in general, the world we are living in. Because you said he was with her for 5 minutes. They barely knew each other. They were sleeping together.
Oh,
that's how it made. That's where I got.
Because I was like, how do we jump to you with people from, oh, I didn't even know. It's like,
they were in relationship to the point that they were sleeping together.
Well, at some point in the way of the
but they
world,
didn't know each other.
No.
And that is the way our world is going, and we are encouraging that in our media, and I don't like it.
There was Stella being her nosy self.
Yes, I feel we're gonna have
It's
to
like,
come back
Jordan,
to
you need to come to the hospital. Okay, Stella, can this wait? It's been a long day. I'm about to make your day even longer. Get your ass to the hospital. It's like, oh.
Right? Okay, so what I liked about that was the outcome. When Jordan was speaking to
Stella
Curtis. When Jordan was speaking to Curtis after the fact, she said, you know, basically Stella inserted herself like Stella does, but what I appreciate about it is that she treated me like family. She made me feel like family. She made me feel loved. She made me feel cared for, and I'm here for it. So I like that. That was a good outcome. Stella inserted herself in people's business, as Stella does.
Goes to Portia.
Yeah.
And then basically says, your whole animosity, your whole business with Jordan needs to stop and let go. Because, like, yes, yes, Jordan and Curtis were, you know, talking like friends, but that's what they were doing. They were talking like friends. They weren't doing anything. And also, if Curtis and Jordan hadn't been doing what they were doing, do you think your marriage would have lasted? She's like, no. Exactly. So why are we... You just need someone to blame, and you're not blaming yourself. It's easier to blame an outside person than it is yourself. So
from that perspective, I like that as an auntie, Stella is telling the hard truths. Mm-hmm. I think that's something that we need in our communities. I like that.
Yep. And I definitely know you as an auntie has told people the hard truths.
But that's what they come to me for.
I mean, you as my mother have told me the hard truths. But it's different when it's your mother compared to your aunt.
I think what the difference is, and what I prefer, is certainly in my case, people come to me.
You don't seek them out.
Except for with my children, I don't insert myself. I might be very well aware of your business, but until you come to me and present the situation or give me an opening, I'm not coming up to you and kicking the door in and be like, listen, I need to tell you about yourself. I'm not doing that. No. And I don't like that. If you weren't invited into the situation, unless somebody's like in some kind of danger, I don't know. It's something I really struggle with. I don't know if you should insert yourself. And for myself, I know I don't appreciate it when people do that to me. No. I didn't ask you anything. I did not call for your opinion. If I'm talking to you about the situation, then all bets are off. Right. But if I have not broached the situation with you, I don't want your counsel.
No, and this is why I pose a question, because, but yeah, I don't know if, at least I think I try to do better at it, because I don't know if I would insert myself before and I wouldn't ask the question, but I definitely know, like, me and my cousin, we have conversations we talk pretty much every day, and we basically confide in each other, and sometimes she'll come to me with stuff, and I'll be like, do you want my advice, or you just want me to listen?
I think that is so important.
And I'm like, no. Like, I like your advice. Like, most of the time, they're like, I'm coming to you for advice. And I was like, okay. But yeah, advice, I give it, and then we see how it goes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because apparently, as they've told me, I'm patient and wise beyond my years.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. So, Stella, I don't know. But that's the way the character is written. It encourages me in some ways. And in other ways, it just makes me throw my hands up. So, but I don't know. That's not my style. Okay, so we talked about Jordan.
Yes. Can we talk about the one who was just like, we really needed to call for this? I.e.
Lulu?
No. No.
Because for me, Lulu and Nathan, we need to get that out of the way because we were just talking about.
Fine, but no, I was referring to Olivia.
Oh no, I want to save it to the end.
Oh.
I want to save her to the end. But Lulu and Nathan, we're hitting the sheets already?
Y'all have one date.
For real?
Y'all have one date. And I can tell you this.
Let's call it 2, because then they go axe throwing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know when the hell they did that. No.
But really and truly, we feel because we've known each other for so many years, plus 6 months.
And even then, it's like you were married to my best friend.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Right, you're going on a hot date. He brings James along,
which again,
Lulu handled that really well. I have to say,
and he did
points for that.
He did say, I was trying to reach you to let you know.
Yes.
But, so again,
right, because that was my thing. Like, you don't even give her a heads up.
Yeah, you were mad at that. And I was like,
So again,
things happen.
My throwaway lines. Thank you for the explanation,
Right?
writers.
And I can tell you this: if they hadn't passed James off to Felicia and Mac when they did, that wouldn't have happened.
I know, and that's what has me so cross. It's like
he said goodnight. You said goodnight. You were on your way to your room for the end of the night. Why did you run back down the damn stairs?
He was out the door. The door closed behind him.
The light should
He
turn
kissed
off.
her on the cheek.
See, that's gentlemanly.
Right? It means you are not quite sure where your relationship is at. She comes back to the door. You are about to knock at the door because you're like, okay, that kiss was a mistake. But no, you literally sweep her up in your arms and you're up the stairs like, hello? You went and you did your Harlequin romance, whatever Hallmark movie thing. Don't bring that mess into General Hospital yet. Don't bring it.
No. See, you
no.
know what would have been me? Kiss on the cheek, thank you, good night, close the door.
Lights out.
Outside light is off.
Latch is on. I mean.
Because that's a sign of, okay, I'm not coming back. The night is over.
I was not here for it. You did not build that romance. Thank you for not giving us the whole scene in the bedroom. That I appreciate. I'm very grateful for that.
That was good. Fate to Black. Next morning, he coming in with pancakes. And then y'all run off
again. And then you didn't even eat the food.
No.
He made really good food and you ran back upstairs like your tail was on fire?
You ran back upstairs like a freaking teenage girl and then came back down however many minutes later to eat the now cold breakfast.
Oh, that blew my mind and not in a good way.
If a man brings me breakfast, he's made pancakes, eggs, bacon, and there's fruit on the side. And then he's like, I'd be like, no, bacon first. I ain't letting that bacon get cold.
Then we
can go back to the hanky panky, but the food will be eaten.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she was afraid of getting a cramp. Well, because her belly was full. I don't know.
That she didn't drink enough water.
Listen, I was not here for it. I was not amused.
I wasn't here for everything after that. The second time, the breakfast was fine. It was you could put on a shirt.
He could put on a shirt. Who wants to see that?
But the worst part, I think I can lend you one of Rocco's.
Oh my gosh. Move on. I'm gonna cuss bad words. Let us move right past that.
Okay then. One. Speaking of Rocco, I like that he went to Brit saying, "Can you be my mentor?"
That was lovely.
That was sweet.
That was sweet. Thank you for changing my mood.
You're welcome.
Oh my god.
And I like how she's kind of like
Rocco is so adorable.
And I like how they've kind of come back around to the doctor thing, because with every generation of kids who are born in Port Charles, there's always like one or two who are like, or not even born, but like kind of come in, because I know Kiki, she ended up wanting to be a doctor, stuff like that, or nurse,
whatever. Yeah.
But there's always like, because they're like, the show is General Hospital, we have to replenish. Stop. Yeah, exactly. So there's like, they always tie in one of those kids to be interested in the medical field. So I think Rocco, as Brie even said, would be a perfect doctor. I
hope he does something cool like pediatrics or something, because he's so gentle and so sweet.
Yeah. And also, really, you don't, like, you have, like, the surgeons, you have the ER doctors, you have the OBGYNs. I don't think I've seen a pediatric doctor yet.
No, not really. I think people have dealt with pediatrics, but we haven't had
And so Rocco going into pediatrics would be perfect, I think. Especially with the fact that you constantly got the kids,
James needs somebody to look out for him.
Oh my god, this is what I'm saying. But then again, by the time Rocco's through college and in medical school and all of that, James will be a teenager himself.
That's true.
But you got as we have now dubbed her temporarily, because we don't know if that'll be her official name, but given with the fact, Phoebe, Baby Jane Doe is now dubbed Phoebe. You got Phoebe growing up, so maybe we'll see Phoebe in hospital from time to time. And there'll be Rocco checking in on Phoebe.
Do you think Phoebe will stick around for time? I don't think so.
I don't know about the name. They might change the name, but I'm like, given the fact that they're not calling her Baby Jane Doe, and they're calling her Phoebe, probably.
Maybe I don't know, Phoebe, but what's Phoebe Chase? Anyways,
that's a good point.
But yes. I was just trying to think if I want to go back to Cullum interrupting. Showing up.
No.
Yeah, Cullum's just vile.
No, but who knows? Actually, they might do Phoebe Quartermain Chase if they hyphenate.
Okay.
Which
I can swallow that.
Phoebe Quartermain sounds better than Phoebe Chase.
Yes, I can swallow the hyphenated.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
but
they need to bring Violet back too.
yeah,
But
but
anyway,
still, again, going back to the Rocco thing, I'm surprised he followed Brit. I did not expect that.
what I didn't expect it either. But she was so abrupt with him
She
when
was.
she put him out the door.
She
It's
was.
like, I really got to go. He saw the suitcase, but then she really and truly kind of slammed the door in his face. And we did see him kind of go like,
Yeah, he was.
What was that?
He was very confused.
yeah, exactly. So for him to follow her, maybe the thing that saves her life.
Oh,
Might be the thing that saves her life.
because
Now,
for a moment
who
we
is
really
he gonna
did.
call?
We really
Okay.
did think it was Cullum at the pier because he's like, "Get
Yes,
to the pier
very-
before I come drag you." It's like, yo.
he said get to Windermere.
Either way,
Which is why I don't know why she decided to meet Lucas on the pier. That didn't make any sense to me.
No,
I'm
especially-
assuming it's a different pier.
yeah, probably.
And it looked like a different pier actually when we saw them
Yeah.
standing on it. I don't know the different pier numbers, but
But the thing that kills me though is like you're going to the place that you just stole the medication from. Like what the? Unless the
no, I think that's where she was supposed to meet Jason.
no, but I mean he told you to get to Windermere. So if you're planning on going to Windermere for whatever reason, just to like, it's gonna be
No, but I don't think she's going to Windermere. I think she's going to the cabin.
Hmm.
So, yeah, but okay. So if we play this out, so something happens to Britt. She gets nabbed.
right,
Rocco sees it happen.
right.
He calls Danny.
Maybe might call Sunny because they did say call these people.
Okay, fair, because that's where I was going. It's like because the last time he called Danny for something.
The last time, no,
Oh,
'cause the last
no.
time they were together and they called Sunny because they found the body in the water.
Oh, but Jason wasn't in town.
He wasn't, but they was still. If
Okay,
you
so
can't
you-
reach me,
Yeah.
call Sunny.
Well, this is
And
why I
if
was
he can't
like,
if he does call Jason, can't reach him because he's been arrested.
I know. That's what I was trying to play
so
out.
it's gonna
'Cause,
call
like,
Sunny.
Okay, she's
And
gonna call Sunny.
then again, Sunny's his grandpa. He's gonna call Sunny
Yes.
because he's not gonna call his dad since his dad's not commissioner. And even if he wasn't, his dad's a cop. Well, he might call a cop if she gets kidnapped, but even still, he gonna call Sunny.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was trying to figure. Because I did not expect that he would call Dante because I don't think we've seen them repair that relationship yet. Because the last thing we saw was Christmas, where Gio was at the place, because Rocco was like,
Yeah, we
you
haven't-
need
we
to
haven't
fix
seen-
things with Gio,
Yeah, we
and don't
haven't-
talk to me until you do.
Yeah, we haven't seen them interact much.
No, exactly. So that's why I'm like, I don't think he's gonna call his father, but so there's a drop storyline.
Right. I will briefly say this because I really don't want to dwell on her too long. Jocelyn is stupid. She ignorant.
Oh my gosh.
My girl at the bar, hanging out with her friends. Great. She runs into Cullum. Awkward. Yada yada. She leaves, goes to her mom's place, sees her talking with Sunny, and immediately
Before you go there, I was really surprised that she left the bar because I would have thought staying at the bar would have solidified the persona she was trying to present to Cullum, that she was a grad student, a college student.
right. But Cullum hadn't seen her, not until she was getting up to leave.
I know. But
So
that's why I was like surprised that she decided to get out of Dodge before he saw her, as opposed to staying there, maybe getting more giddy and laughing with her college friends to further cement that cover.
Honestly,
But she don't act like she have sense anyway.
No.
But go on. So she reaches up at the house.
right. She reaches her mom's house. She sees her mom talking with Sunny,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a look of, I can't believe it. Really? She's still talking to Sunny. It's like, girl, just because you got into a fight and are mad and you stated your points about Sunny does not mean your mom's immediately gonna cut him off. He is still the father of your sister. What are you?
Oh, absolutely. And Sunny just showed up unannounced anyway. We heard at the beginning of the episode, so
Right,
she was
I'm like,
completely off base.
Right? I'm like, girl, but I do like how Sunny's like, hey, you can have problems with me, but that's still your mother, and you're still in her house.
Right? And she completely glossed over that. And she's like, I don't respect my mother's choices. Okay,
That's fine.
that's fine, but you still up here disrespecting your mother. She's lucky Carly didn't box you in the face, but Carly's not that background,
right.
so
Because I'm like,
I know y'all couldn't come in my house and talk to me like that. What? Psh,
right?
you make a sport. But so Joss leaves over there and then goes banging on Britt's window, scares her half to death, and talking about don't blow my cover. I was like, don't blow your cover. Britt was absolutely right. It's like, hey, you made these choices. Like, I don't know what you thought was gonna happen, but don't come to me with your problems. But Britt was decent. It's like, to the extent that it keeps me safe, I'm gonna keep your secret. But I am worried about you. Make sure you know I'm not worried about you, and I don't have to protect you. That's a choice you made. Deal with the consequences on your own time. Don't bother me.
And then she said, Jocelyn said something about protecting her mom. Is like, Jocelyn, You know Britt doesn't like your mom and vice versa. Why would you think she would keep the secret to protect your mother? That's the last thing she would do.
It's not the last thing, but she don't care one way or the other.
It's like, yeah. And she's expressed that wholly and verbally, and everybody knows it. So I don't know why you're asking her to do that.
Yep. And then the only other thing I want to cover super quickly. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave that.
I know I made a note, like a very brief side note. And I just want to see what that side note was very quickly.
Oh, if it's what I think it might be.
Oh, it was a very brief, because it does have to do with Jocelyn. Because Jocelyn did ask Britt, it's like, Cullum had, the cigarillos and the book, and do you know, and Britt was like, yo, as far as I know, my father is dead, his brain's in a jar, and the only remains of him are the 4 kids. And
yes!
We're all like,
the 4 kids! I forgot.
And we're like...
Yeah, good callback. The 4 kids. Yeah, we
all had to
what
stop.
4 kids?
We
got whiplash.
We both leaned to the side, looked at each other, and were like,
4 kids?
We're like, you, Nathan? And Heinrich.
Peter August. Who's the 4th? Cullum? What's the 4th?
Which I'm like, would only sort of make sense with how deep he is with Faison's final project.
Right?
But it would be like, and also it would explain why he's been like very protective of Britt in the beginning when we didn't know who he was. But
and that was the C all the time. The C would be Cullum.
Right.
Not Cesar.
But aside from that...
Thank you for coming to the party, Mama.
But aside from that, who the hell is a 4th kid? Because that's terrifying.
Agreed.
Like, who got... Because who was enraptured by this psycho of a man?
Listen, and I think I said this to you at the time when we said 4 kids. Nathan really is dead. That's Nathan's twin. And the same way that Jason and Drew and the memory transplant, same thing with Nathan. Because we said Nathan has been sus all along.
Right, and it didn't help when Cullum showed up, because he was also looking a little bit more sus.
Yep.
It didn't help that he went to Dante and said, yo, we gotta keep this man from Lulu and the kids.
Yeah.
That was also sus.
Yep, it was.
And then the last thing for me was, it didn't have to... It just had to... When Nathan showed up and Brennan's in the room's like, what are you doing in my sister's room? Hand on gun. Like, I'm like, psh. But also the fact that Faison has 4 kids and the fact that I keep saying 4 kids is just like, oh, my childhood. Since there was a channel called 4 Kids TV.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a side note.
I had to make note of it. I'm like, there's something important that I need.
Yes. That was a good one. Yes, and it didn't make my notes, and I don't know why. Because I did write that on my other paper. Okay, so now Olivia Falconeri Quartermain, lady, get your head in the game.
You are blowing up your mother-in-law's phone talking about a family meeting.
Even before, sorry. Let me go back. Okay. We have not seen Olivia in months.
Yes,
we haven't seen her in months. She come back in to get pissed off and shed tears?
The last time
we saw her, lady.
The last time we saw her, my girl was badass with her chuk. Now it's just...
And crying over Gio playing the violin.
Now
we ain't seen her. Has she been off with her friend Lois? She come back.
I don't know if she's given Lois yet though.
I don't know either. But she carries her fast self over to the gatehouse because I don't know. Leo forgot
his
whoever.
Retainer.
Why his retainer wasn't in his mouth, I don't know, but
why,
whatever.
Yeah, why is his retainer up in the gatehouse?
Right? Whatever. That was a random line.
Not, frick. Wiley left. No, but it's like not Wiley wanted his toy. It wasn't in the house.
Leo left his homework. He left a lizard here. He left whatever book he's studying.
No, retainer.
What? That don't make no kind of sense. And why you don't have extra retainer? You're rich enough to have. Anyhow, she goes over there. She finds Michael and Jacinda. They're not doing anything, but they're not decent.
Especially Jacinda.
She handled her business on the spot. She told him what she had to say.
Right.
And then like you said, she blew up Tracy's phone about she need a family meeting. It needs to be immediate. Toot Sweet, get your backlight here. Where are you? What are you doing? Get home. You think the Quartermain mansion is burning down? No.
And then on top of that, before we even find out what the topic is, it's 3 people plus Michael. Where's the rest of the family?
It wasn't even plus Michael at the time. It was, like you said, it was 3 people.
Where's Brooklyn?
Where's Chase?
Yeah, where's Dante? You said it's a family meeting.
What's going on? Family meeting? Where's the kids?
Where's Jason's a family meeting?
Right. Danny and Rocco. You don't have to have the little kids, but Danny and Rocco family meeting.
Then again.
Well, given the topic. Given the topic.
But
right? But it's bad. You invaded their privacy because, as far as I knew, it was Michael's gatehouse.
Right.
So.
But then again, now that Rocco and Danny have been hanging out there more.
Never mind that.
Right.
As we didn't hear anything about Michael gave up the house, though he did say he was going to let Danny use it in a few months. But okay. So they had a private moment. You interrupted a private moment. You were scandalized. You spoke to them about it. So now you are sharing the fact that he was involved in a private moment with the rest of the family. Why is it their business?
Right.
So off base. Cool, fine.
And here's the other thing for me. It's not like the gatehouse was pitch black. There was clearly light coming from, like, even if you had the shades drawn, there's clearly light coming from the gatehouse. So you know someone's in there. You might not know what they're doing, but you know someone's in there. So I don't know why you're not knocking on the door. Why are people just walking up in the place?
Real noise. Then Michael walks in and it's like, he who? And
then Olivia, she's like, we will not yell, we will not scream, we're not gonna call names, we're gonna be civil. And it's like, well, Michael, you see, and the liberties that you have been taking are not well suited for the house and the children.
I mean,
and then
it's could she have pulled out a little more Shakespeare?
Right?
Forsooth!
And then
those behaviorist.
Right? And then Tracy be like, Olivia, enough! Michael, we're not happy with the fact that you slept with you sitting in the gatehouse and people walking in on you.
I mean,
and then Michael's just like, oh, and then Ned, what my wife is trying to politely say, it's like, just get straight to the point.
Seriously.
He's not stupid.
And he's not 4.
Right? And the way you're putting it just makes it worse.
Oh my goodness.
Because then and also it's like, you're doing all this and I'm the viewer. I'm getting annoyed. I'm not even part of this conversation. I'm going to get to the point.
What we would like for you to understand, it was like listening to this talk if I was at work. It's like, we're going to circle back to the synergies of the,
It's like, how do I word this email politely to a coworker?
And we're going to put a pin in that. And then
it's like, how do I say, F off, leave me alone? We'll circle back to that later. Like,
currently my position does not allow me, and my obligations do not allow me sufficient time
right?
to engage with
it's
you
like,
at this moment, and I cannot further entertain any further discourse on this matter. However, if you would like to schedule something in my calendar, it's current, so please book and check my availabilities and book something at a future date, say next quarter.
Yeah, just say
book a meeting in my calendar for September. Like, what?
It's like, get straight to the point. So anyway, they finally got straight to the point. And Michael's just like, Wola, don't talk about Jacinda like that. And it wasn't that big a deal. And no. And then Tracy's like, no, Michael, listen. We had this conversation. The way you're treating Jacinda, not great. And he's like...
But you kind of skipped a part, right? Because he's like, listen, we're all adults.
Right.
We have sex. We know what's going on. What is your problem? And she's like, look, truth be told, I don't have a problem with you having sex in the gay house. I really don't. I don't care if you were sleeping on the living room floor. I don't care if you were sleeping on the roof. I don't care if you're sleeping on the lawn. Then why are we here? What are you making a big deal about? I don't like your choice of bed companions. And he was like, And it's like, that's what you went all around the world to say? Because I was surprised when she said it. I was like, that's what your issue is?
Right, because they're like, when did y'all become so prudish? It's like...
I was like, we're not. We're not really, because that's not really the issue. And that's the problem. We just get into arguments with people and we don't tell them what the actual issue is.
Right? And then I think Olivia said it's like, and we're not ready for to have the topic of birds and the bees. It's like, Olivia, you're raising a preteen, if not a teenager yet, and Wiley's 9. He's gonna have that talk sooner or later with his father.
You got Danny and Rocco, and if you ain't had that conversation with them, you better hurry up.
Right? And as Michael said, Danny looks at a paper plate and gets ideas.
You are pulling all of my categories out.
You're not getting there fast enough.
Begging your pardon. Okay, let me get there. Comedy moment of the week. Olivia bafouilling her way through that conversation with, because I don't know what the word.
Buffooning?
No, not buffooning, but she just talking pup.
Okay.
In her conversation with Michael. That's my comedy moment of the week. The make it sassy, exactly as you said, Michael. That Danny talk about. You got me so upset that you're pulling all my stuff. I can't even enunciate, but you just said it, so I won't even worry about it. He goes on to say, because Michael had all the sass this week, except for bar one, from Tracy. He said, it's not like we were having sex in the stables or on Tracy's bed. And Tracy's like, hey, leave me out of this. Which was pretty darn funny. And then, you know, like you were saying, where Olivia's talking about Jacinda's a sex worker. I've had to chase her out of my hotel and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't have a problem with sex workers. My grandma Bobby was a sex worker. You talk about you better than her? And they all had the
House
grace.
Of the ill repute for the win.
They all had the grace to look embarrassed and ashamed. Because,
as they should.
Right? Because
y'all love Bobby.
Bobby turned her life around.
Y'all love Bobby.
Exactly.
And also, and then she said, it's like, for the record, Jacinda is Nina's assistant at Crimson, but if we're talking about her previous line of work, there's nothing wrong with that. People gotta do what they gotta do.
So, yes. So then after Michael kind of walks out of the room and like, what you know, how you like them apples, and he's gone about his business. Then Ned and Olivia started on Tracy for reasons I did not understand. I'm talking about how Tracy's sexual history is so illustrious and everything. And then Ned makes
being a bigamist.
Right?
It's like, one time, mother.
Right? And then Ned makes a comment about all the mob bosses that Tracy has been with. Olivia is there cackling, and Tracy claps back. Tracy claps back so hard as like, I've been with less than you.
It's like,
And she was like, yeah, that's right, yes. Olivia.
Sonny and Julian. Unless there's another one we don't know about.
If you throw in stones, make sure you're not throwing stones with a boomerang, so it come back and pelt you in your face.
Remember, those living in glass houses should not be throwing those stones.
For real.
Pot meet kettle.
All right. So I think I covered all my other points. We talked about Rocco peeping on the pier. Oh, there's one thing we didn't talk about before I go into my last few categories. How you kids say? Liz has no chill.
Okay.
She's at the restaurant having dinner with Rick. Rick's like, I want to have a future with you. No sooner than he says that, Lucas comes through the door. And Liz is like, oh, excuse me. And grabs Lucas and it's like, oh, Lucas. You know, she's all flushed or whatever. And Rick wants to have a future with me. And Lucas is like, girl, I don't even know why you have me over here. I'm here. I'm continuing with Marco. Who am I to tell you don't have a relationship with Rick? Thank you. Look, Liz, you knew that's what you were going to do. What's with the subterfuge? Like, just, what? You're not 14. You're a grown woman with 3 grown kids. One who's off in another country. 2.
No. One's off in another country. One's off in another state. And unless he's in Australia, but I don't think he's in Australia. Anyway, and the other is back home but finishing school. Because he's almost.
Oh, yes, Cameron's in another state. I was like, who's the other kid? Jake's off in Spain. Aiden is in school as far as we know because he's not with his father anymore.
Yeah, he's finishing high school.
Who's the other kid? It's like, oh, right, Cameron's across the country. Right, doing a soccer scholarship. I forgot. So, yeah, you're grown. Why are you jibber-jabbering with Lucas? That didn't make no sense. But anyways, so she felt she had to do that. Fine, whatever. So she's going to be with Rick. Great.
I do find it hilarious how he tried to tell her about the ayahuasca. Wasn't really the ayahuasca. She's like, shut up.
Listen.
I don't want to know. You good? It's behind you? Yes. Yep. I don't want to know.
Exactly. She acknowledged. So when this comes up again, she acknowledged, I appreciate that you tried to tell me, but I don't need to know.
Right? And she's like, why didn't you tell me? It's like, I tried. You said you didn't want to know.
Exactly. It's like,
I have no one to blame but myself on that one.
You sorted it out. You guys are good? Yes, we're good. Then leave it in the past. I don't need to be involved. Which I also think is a mature point of view. Okay. All right, we covered Make It Sassy. Delulu of the Week we talked about, at least from my perspective. Marco grabbing 2 vials was ridiculous. I don't know what was on his mind there.
Jocelyn for me for just being an idiot thinking her mom's not going to talk to Sonny.
Okay, so I got Joss under Make It Make Sense because she's worried about Britt blowing her cover, knowing the choices that she made. We talked about that.
Right.
And a little bit of what'd you do that for, who called for that, is Brad. Brad was also back this week along with Suzanne. We saw Suzanne. Yay! But Brad was back this week, and I always love when Brad is on the scene.
It's like, Bradley, what are you doing today?
I was confused by his anger with Britt, although it was sort of explained that she's back, but not, you know, or she's leaving him again, but she took the time to say goodbye.
It was also the fact that she tricked him into thinking she was done with Jason.
Well, yes, there was all that, but why? I didn't see the point of that in the storyline, other than perhaps to throw Brad and Lucas together again, because then Brad left and went to... Well,
no, it was more because she's like,
no, I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with that.
Okay.
Because this whole thing with Lucas and Marco is gonna blow up.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna blow up.
We know.
Brad, we know, is still in love with Lucas.
Yes.
So is it a setup for a reunion? Because you have to bring them back into each other's orbit to have that reunion at some point in the future.
I know, but that's not what I was saying.
I know that's not what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Because because you were talking about how he was mad and and I'm like, no, him being mad is fine. I think the other part of that is that she lied about Jason.
No. I'm saying I don't know why they brought Brad back.
Oh.
I didn't add anything to the story unless it's a setup for something in the future.
Oh.
That's where I was going.
Oh. To be honest, I was wondering when he was gonna come back, honestly.
Well, yes, I love seeing him on a scene. I miss him. And so when he went to see Lucas and he was like, I need you to come through. This is the most important person in my life since we're not together anymore. I know you have no use for me. I know you have no use for her. But listen, you said you would. You need to pull through. Now, why Lucas didn't immediately say, I already have the meds?
I think it's good he didn't.
I don't know. Because here's the thing. Brad is a lab technician. Brad is an underworld guy or has access to the underworld. If there's anybody who could get that synthesized, Brad is one of those people. He has 2 vials. Give one to Brad, get the other one to Jason. You got a backup plan. Nobody's going to suspect Brad of having it.
Fair enough.
So, and maybe that could still happen. If Lucas gets away and Britt doesn't, whatever, it could still happen potentially. So, but I wasn't clear. It's not immediately clear to me why Brad came back. So those are kind of a little bit my predictions for the future with that. Villain of the week for me, all across the board, because he was all over the canvas this week, is Cullum. You have anybody different?
No.
All right. Hero of the week?
Brooklyn,
really? Why?
Oh, simply because, she's... And this is more just... With everything that's gone on, I'm just like, Brooklyn needs some joy in her life. I know she's, reconnecting with Gio and all that. But I'm just like, the baby thing. Because it's just been...
Yeah, I just need for her to talk to Gio about their adoption before they do the adoption. Because I would not like for that to blow up in her face.
No,
again.
and the thing is that's going to be interesting is, and I feel how it's going to go is, they are going to get the chance to foster her. And I don't know if she's going to come home holding the baby, or if she's going to be just, like, in the house holding the baby. Gio's going to stop by, and he's going to see her holding the baby and just kind of be confused, and that's going to lead to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even the thought of adopting her. I think that might just come later.
And you think it'll be a conversation as opposed to an argument?
I hope it's a conversation more than an argument.
Yeah.
Okay. I really do. Because, like I said in, like, one of our previous episodes, I cannot see Gio being... Like, again, because also babies are innocent. Like, they have no control over what happens to their parents and all that. So, I really can't see Gio being mad at Brooklyn for wanting to do this. Especially, like, once she explains the whole situation.
But that's the thing. She's got to get to the explanation part. Because, in fairness...
it's also more if he lets her, and I think he will. Like, they're trying to build a relationship again. So, I think he'll, like, you know what? Let me give her a chance to explain, because I didn't let her do that the last time, and it led us to having a rift for such a long time. So I'm hoping that...
Okay, but I want to see that conflict, because I believe, right, even as he's starting to make his peace, I think there's still going to be residual feelings that I think it's going to trigger. So I want to kind of see that play out on his face, where he starts to leave angry, and then it's kind of like, hang on,
I don't
wait.
doubt that.
I want to see that.
I don't doubt that. I think that'll be part of the conversation, which is why I'm like, like, I think he'll be like, they'll talk about it, and he'll be like, I want to be angry, but I can't, or it's like,
or I'm angry,
I don't feel like I should be because of whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'll be part of the conversation. It won't lead to a huge fight, and if it does, it's kind of like, Gio, no.
Right. Okay. Now for me, my hero this week is Cody. Something we did not talk about. We did not talk about because there really wasn't a whole lot to say. But Molly had an episode with her endometriosis, ended up passing out in front of Cody, and he raced her off to the hospital. Once she woke up, and she had to tell him what was going on, and then she was getting ready to push him away because she can't have kids, and he was like, "Why need kids for? I have you. Right. I'm good. And if that changes in the future, then I'll let you know. But for right now, I'm good."
And he even said it's like, me having kids wasn't really at the forefront of my mind.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought like that was, and he tried to care for her. He brought her the basket and stuff.
And I like how she says it's like, or no, he said it's like, she's like, you're not mad or whatever. She's like, no, I'm like, you not having kids, no. I'm hurt or I'm mad at the fact that you wouldn't let me take care of you, but because like for me it's like I want to be a good boyfriend, and if you don't let me in or you don't tell me, I can't do that. And aside from that, it was just like,
yeah,
I need a Cody in my life.
Good men, the good men are out there. We just gotta find them.
Then again, I realized my type does not align with Cody, which is really interesting.
Well, all right then. So Cody's my hero for that reason.
I hear that.
Yeah. So all the feels. Way to go, Cody.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a small comedy moment to James for just chaos on that day.
James.
I'm like, yes, James, cause the chaos. This is the karma.
Oh my
y'all
gosh,
get.
James knocking over everything, boy.
I'm like, this is the karma y'all get.
Huh. He's such a sweet kid, though.
He is.
So yeah.
And I like how he like they're already out for pizza, and he's like, oh shoot, I am not supposed to be here, Grandpa,
Yeah.
save me.
Well, it's all good.
It is.
Yes. All right. Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Then that is really and truly all the news that was fit to print this week. So come on back next week for a little bit more soap.
And hopefully help a lot of stuff.
Take care, y'all.